So for our last piece, we're going to welcome a return to our district of an old friend. You've heard about him from our district governor, Liz, in all her talks and presentations at the Rotary Clubs. He's Bill Chase from Southern California, a past district governor, and he's going to talk to us about the 2016 World Peace Conference. Bill.
Good morning, District 6400 Rotarians. It is great to be home. About 2 years ago, the incoming district governor, who starts in July, Rudy Westerveld, conceived of an idea of peace. And he has committed his life beyond being district governor to engendering peace throughout the world. It's a yeoman's job, and I know Rudy Westerveld well enough that I know he can do it. So I was at Rudy's house one night with his wife Karen, and we were going over pets and pre-pets and things like that I'm helping him out, or helped him out with. And he said, "Bill, come up with a good chairman for my peace conference." And he told me what it was about. He said, "I want to get the 5 surrounding districts in Southern California that include San Diego and Los Angeles and San Bernardino counties and Riverside counties to take part in this. I want a peace conference." So we thought long and hard, and I came up with a couple of names. He said, no. And somebody up there said, "Bill, you do it." And I haven't forgiven who's ever up there. But last January, we started on this journey to create a peace conference. To make a long story short, and maybe I'm too late to do that, we heard that Ravi Ravindran wanted 5 global conferences during his year starting in January of 16, one of which was peace. So our incoming zone director, Brad Howard, got with Paul Netzel, a former zone director from California, from those zones out there, and told Ravi what we were doing in our planning stages of the peace conference. He said, ask him that if we can partner with them and make my peace conference their peace conference. And Rudy was elated. We put together a 53-page dossier of the things that we had already done. And this was in January of this year that the decision was made final. Now, he hasn't marketed or promoted it yet, and hopefully it will be in Brazil in June. So since January of this year, the layer of responsibilities have built up on our committee of 65 people. But we have the current governors of the 6 districts, the incoming governors, the governor's nominee, and the designates all behind us. It will be a stellar conference for Ravi. So the 6 areas of focus will not each have a conference associated with it. All but one will. And one of those 6 areas of focus is probably what I consider, outside of health, is the promotion of peace. We have so much turmoil in this world. And you heard from the peace scholars. We have peace centers to train the peace scholars all around the world. There are 6 major that you can see on this slide. And you've already heard from a couple. They're doing tremendous work. This is where the peace scholars are distributed throughout the world. They're working harder than ever in this day and age. Rotary is uniquely qualified to create a lasting peace in the world. But you're saying, how can we do it? Well, we can do it because we have the manpower and the woman power that possess a common interest in doing good in the world. And we've done this since 1905, and Paul Harris started this. We attack every segment of our communities and societies and world communities. And they're all linked together by this common bond we call Rotary. Through this event, all of us will have the opportunity to bring together experts and leaders in their field and leave with actions. And 3 years hence, after the January conference, we're going to do a follow-up survey to see how effective we were in communicating this conflict resolution to people throughout the world. So we have more than 100, we have 104 breakout sessions. We already have 85 people locked in who are experts in the field of these 13 different areas. Our own Larry Wright, pastor to governor from this district, has confirmed that he will attend and talk about Launch Detroit, and I'm thrilled, and we've given him 2 days of presentations. These are already programs that are successful in their own right, that are working in the country. You have flyers on your table. We have a website. It's a wonderful website set up by Luke Wilson, one of our members. And you can go on board, find out who the speakers are, read their bios. We have probably 30 more to get. We're pretty much done. By the end of May, we will have all the 100 speakers locked in. But please go to our website, peaceconference2016.org. Register. We have 3 hotels. Ravi will be there. His board will be there. And I'm hoping most of you will be there. Please support us by donating. The Adrian Noon Club, out of their generosity, presented me with a check for $1,000 to kick off. Thank you. One of the things I have to mention is that when Rotary International events like this are established, Rotary does not contribute money towards them. It's the local venue and the local arrangements committee that are responsible for fundraising for getting this off the ground. So we have a budget of $300,000. We want to make it the premier World Peace Conference, and I know it will be. I want you to participate. If you'd like to help out, even from a distance, you may, and attend. That's a signal for me that my time is up. Oh, here it is. So register now, if you will, please. And it's going to be at the Ontario Convention Center in Ontario, California, 45-minute drive east of LAX. We have an airport there, on site by the Convention Center. The dates are January 15th, Friday, January 16th, Saturday. And that following Sunday, the very next day, begins the International Assembly in San Diego, which I know there are a lot of people who are going down for that to facilitate and teach our incoming governors. So it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful program. I appreciate the opportunity to be able to be here and talk about something that's near and dear to Rudy Westervelt's heart and near and dear to Ravi Ravindran's heart. I also have a public service announcement that Bruce and Sue gave me permission to make, and that is a fundraiser that I'm doing. I'm no longer going to Brazil. My dental license expired in May of last year. I'm not renewing it. I've retired completely from dentistry. But in order to keep the fire going in my clinic in Brazil, I wrote a book in April of last year, and it's called In Chase of a Cause. And it talks about how overwhelmingly generous the Rotary Foundation was to me to make the 13 trips that I did internationally, beginning in 1984 in the Philippines. The book sells for $20. The proceeds go to the clinic in Brazil, since I can't be down there. But it's great to be back. Thanks a million for asking me to come back. Thank you.